Radical.
Welcome to part 3 of Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for May the 23rd through May the 29th, 2022. Short comments, quick replies. Dumez. Saw more of a video, and wow, deceptive, that's a lot of cargo space in back of the PT Cruiser. How many prostitutes you think you could fit in the back if they are folded up or in bags? Well, that's a lot of space back there. I have not done a test. I don't deal with prostitutes. I don't have a need to. Off the top of my head, maybe I would say standing, squatted, maybe, heck, at least 7 or 8. Maybe folded up, maybe 14, 15. There's a lot of space. Now, Dumez, they would be alive, right? I mean, they would be alive, right? Albert Menendez. Tacomas are great. However, if it's over 125,000 miles, the 3.5 V6 requires a timing chain to be swapped. This is like a 3K to 5K maintenance that most don't do. I've always thought that the timing belt is what needs to be swapped. Usually like about 60 to 70,000. I know that there's this one vehicle, a Toyota, that has a timing belt, not a chain, a belt that needs to be swapped, I think, every 70 or 80. Now, did you mean to say a belt? It's different. Chains are more durable. I know that belts are interference engines, and if the belt goes, something happens with the pistons and your whole engine goes. So any of you right now, whatever you're driving, check to see if you have a belt or a chain. And if you have a car and you have over 100,000 and you haven't changed out that belt, time to get down to the mechanic and change out that belt, lest your engine be destroyed. Venom Hernandez. I like that you have the Propel box holding physical media laugh out loud. Well, I'm looking at it right now, and there's nothing wrong with that box holding the DVDs. It's a perfect fit. It is a absolute perfect fit. And, I guess I could try to be more professional. And I do like to do professional things for the flea marketing booth setup. But it just works so freaking well. It'd be a shame to crush that Propel box and throw it away. It looks so snug with the DVDs. Rune Mamba. I have both a high-end PC and a PlayStation 5 just for the exclusives. If and when they do day when they come out and everything, I'll never have a reason to own another console again. Sony games are some of the best, though I'm definitely not waiting 1 to 3 years to play any of them. Yeah, some people don't want to wait to play Sony games. There's a lot of people that didn't want to wait to play the Final Fantasy remake. That was a year delay coming to the Xbox, right? A lot of people didn't want to wait to play that. A 3-year wait is, of course, a lot longer than a year wait. So if you don't want to wait 3 years, I don't blame you for going ahead and, if you can, picking up a PlayStation 5. I would say most people, though, do this with a Nintendo and a PC. A lot of people, you can't get Nintendo games. You can't play new Nintendo Switch games on the PC. So there's a lot of people that build up their PC to max specs and play all the third-party games, yet they still have a dedicated Nintendo Switch. Also, it can be on the go also. So for their versatility. So some people say the perfect setup would be a Switch and a PC. Ducky. They were not so common in my area, and it's problematic to get spare parts. Should not be a problem in the US, though. Talking about PT Cruisers, well, I can't see why a high-quality vehicle like the PT Cruiser wasn't exported to a lot of different places. I wonder why that is. Yeah, so here in the US, it's no problem to find spare parts. There's a lot of PT Cruisers that are broken down. I think I saw several of them when I was going to get some parts off a 94 Sentra. That, sadly, it is crushed. I wasn't able to get a couple things that I forgot about, the rearview mirror I wanted, and something else off of that Sentra. But I will find other Sentras, maybe, hopefully. They're rare cars to find. I will find some more to get some parts off of. But, yeah, the junkyards. If you have a PT Cruiser, don't go to the dealer. I mean, there's enough broken down in the junkyards. You can just have a day getting whatever you need off of them. Terry W. The Series X is better than the Series S. Bigger hard drive and more grunt. And it has a disc slot to play HD Blu-rays, and Raccoon approved. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubting, especially even for the money. For 200 more bucks, well, the retail on the Series S is 300. For only 200 more bucks, you have the bigger hard drive, a lot more power, and it plays Blu-rays and disc. That's why that one is what's sought after. That's why that one is actually going for more money from scalpers. That's why you can't get that one. You can get the Series S for 300. Maybe sometimes I've seen it on sale for 289 and used, maybe closer to 250. But we're talking about 120, Terry W. I doubt almost anybody. I doubt anyone to come here and say that they got a Series S for 120 bucks. That's an unreal steal. It's an unreal steal what I got. Sweatpants Joe, Toys and Video Games. I owned a P2 Cruiser for about 6 months. It was a piece of junk that kept breaking down. This relates to my other comment. Yes, now you might have sold it and they might have like just junked in a junkyard. So it's very likely the other person that maybe had, well, Ducky didn't have a PT Cruiser. I don't recommend getting a PT Cruiser unless, again, just like the Series S, you get one for about 120 bucks. Some people might want the Series S for 120 bucks versus, possible PT Cruiser. Yeah, if you got a car and it keeps breaking down, just, sit down and think about it. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go broke trying to fix this piece of junk. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get a bad vehicle that's known for a lot of problems, but you get one that was made a certain area. I do know a lot of the vehicles, if they're made in Mexico, the quality there is bad. So try to find out also where your vehicle was made. Ivo G, never buy Chrysler, in all caps. In all caps from Ivo G. Ivo G. Now there was a merger with Fiat, right? And it's Stellantis. And Fiat has in 2020, I think Fiat had the lowest ranks from Consumer Reports. Like the lowest ranks. Don't buy a Fiat. They say don't buy a Chrysler. Now the companies did merge years ago. I don't know if that also extends to Dodge. Chrysler owns, Fiat owns Chrysler and Dodge. So, I see a lot of Chargers and Challengers around. Maybe the quality is just as poor on the Challengers and Chargers. Here's the difference though. Those are nice looking vehicles, especially the Challenger. There's a lot of people that will get a Challenger, and if you get a Challenger cheap, hey, maybe you might get a V6 like dirt cheap, and it constantly breaks down. I know Dodge's the trucks, they used to be solid. Like some of the 90s trucks, the Rams, the Dakotas, those are pretty solid, although some of them had electrical issues. But yeah, back to this. Don't buy Chrysler. The thumbnail I chose for this was actually the interior of a Chrysler 200. I won't tell the whole long story, but it was a rental car for me, a Chrysler 200. I was impressed, with the interior, the quality of the interior. Like, it was nice. It was nice. But I wasn't impressed with the transmission. I thought something was wrong with the transmission. I had it for a couple days. I took it back and I said, hey, I just want you to know, I didn't do anything to that transmission. Okay, I didn't do anything. And the guy came up to me and he said, like, that's just how they all are. Like, are you serious? This transmission in this vehicle, that's how they all feel? Yeah. Don't buy a Chrysler. I agree 100%.